We've done this before. This is Rod Hutchins with the Iron Dream Team, and I am Facebook Live with Doug Swanson, and his wife's not here right now. She's at the other store, but Cheyenne. Doug and Cheyenne are the owners of Bill's Bike and Run and Live Forward, which is kind of the performance business that helps athletes be able to focus on their progress. And Doug, today was historic. This event 1 year ago, we went ahead and ran it, and unexpectedly, almost miraculously, I took third place.
Right.
Do you recall that?
I do.
And it was my second event. I'd been on one the month before, but pretty much, that was just to see if I could finish. And we did an interview. Channel 8 was there, and we did an interview. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Mike Collette. And, today I finished the line. There was a good turnout. The energy was synergistic. There's always just an energy at these events that you guys put on. And Bill's Bike and Run was the sponsor of that. What has this journey been like for you? A year ago when I first came in, I remember your first comments on the video with National. You said, "Man, I think he's crazy." But you were able to see that whole journey progress.
Sure.
And probably more so than most of the other Iron Dream teams. I was in Bill's Bike and Run a lot for biking needs, running needs, apparel, just learning the whole art of marathon and biking and triathlon. What has that journey been like for you as we are here today?
Well, it's been a wild and crazy fast year. Certainly at that time, I going through just getting into the biking world and meeting Rod and yeah, I for sure thought Rod was full blown crazy at the time. I thought the tasks he put out in front of himself were huge, and I thought that it was going to take a serious determination and maybe a little bit of a miracle to pull it off. So it's been interesting watching it, but for me, I guess I've enjoyed watching Rod have some success. I'm looking forward to him finishing his last leg on August 17th.
At Bill's Bike and Run.
Yeah, looking forward to that. But I will also tell you, again, for me, probably the most amazing thing is how many people have kind of tagged along in this journey and competed today in this race and have rode centuries, 100-mile rides on their bikes and have completed multiple triathlons. And they were kind of all a part of this journey that we started with Rod. And the classes, I want to try classes that we did, and the swim clinics. And so I guess for me, it was just a cool thing, once again, to live in a community where we kind of come together and see people have success. And whether it's super competitive success or just better health success, we saw both.
Right. Do you remember when we were talking, we talked about I probably represented middle-class America, having gone through 21 surgeries, artificial hips, artificial knees, spinal stimulator. Your look was just incredulous. Really? You're going to do this? I look back and I think I was crazy, but I also had a dream and a goal, and I knew that I was willing to do it regardless of what the growth was. And so you've seen kind of that growth. You were following us over in Kona. We had the honor, for me, it will always be probably one of the highlights of Kona, being able to recognize Doug's son and my son, who are in the military.
Yeah.
And we had the military as our Dream Team members, all 4 branches over there helping us. And so that was huge in and of itself. But you followed us there. I was in the ocean 3 hours. I was on my bike 19 hours after 400 Charlie horses. What were you thinking here on the mainland as you were following that over there?
Well, just perseverance. I was it's a long time to sit on a bike saddle. I think even Gray walked funny when he got home a little bit. And it's a long time on a bike, and again, just perseverance to get through it was awesome.
Well, and you know, perseverance is a personal decision, but that enough in and of itself is not enough. What it's also going to take is surrounding yourself with the right people who are knowledgeable. When I put together the dream team, I had kind of a constitution that I followed, and part of that is they had to be big contributors to the community. They had to be very reputable, and they had to be able to meet all the needs I would bring to the table in that area. And I mean, you guys, we fitted for shoes 3 or 4 times. You fitted me for my bike. We've had adjustments on that. As I got better, those things changed. You know, Bill's Bike and Run is not only just a local business that you want to tap into, but it's also a regional and national business. And I would venture to say down the road, possibly even international, with the internet and social media. And these guys know what they're doing. It was never a doubt when I would come into Bill's Bike and Run and talk with Doug or Gray or any of the other incredible employees that he has there, that I would walk away with more information and knowledge than I had before, and a thumbs up from everybody. And so it's almost been like family to have this relationship. Doug, Live Forward, as you talked, you know, we mentioned that, and we haven't talked a whole lot about that in this journey. You want to go ahead and share a little about that?
Well, obviously, Live Forward comes from Personal Best Performance, who obviously Mike and Wendy Hayes are somebody we were lucky enough to be involved with. And as you know, we lost Michael, and came an opportunity for us to carry on what he was building. And so we're moving forward with that, and it's gonna, you'll see soon, new website and Facebook with Live Forward. We're going to continue Michael's tradition, but just kind of in a new light. Been kind of a crazy year for us with some transitions. Greg Augustus, who obviously is phenomenal, and we miss him very much every day. He's had some new adventures in his life. So we got Cody and Salem Thomas working with us, and we're excited about moving forward. And the reason those events are so cool in our community are because guys just like Rod and what he's accomplished in them. So we're just going to keep building on that. We're lucky to live in a place like we do, that you know, I can walk outside my front door of my work and have 250 triathletes across the street having a good time swimming in the Snake River.
Yeah, in the Snake River, very cold Snake River, by the way. Holy cow! Well, and I just want to kind of conclude this with saying, you know, if you're sitting out there and you're thinking, I've got these goals, no matter how big or small they are, they're still goals, and you've put them on the shelf, take them off and start considering them, and then start taking a look at who can help you do those. No goal is too crazy. No goal is too crazy. Now, that's not what everybody, probably 90% of the people are going to tell you. When I was paralyzed from the neck down, not expected to live, and I'd been in an intensive care unit for 3.5 months, you know, the doctors, the next day when they came in, less than 24 hours, I went ahead and said, gosh, I'm kind of excited, I've got this goal. I couldn't even bite a saltine cracker. Couldn't break it, it'd be like putting a 2x4 in my mouth. I was that paralyzed. And he says, well, what is it? You know, thinking it's a deathbed wish. And I said, I'm going to one day complete the IronMan course in Kona, Hawaii. And within probably 10 hours, he had the lead psychiatrist come in. And in your journey, expect people not to believe you, because the satisfaction of having done it, and it's not anything of a prideful nature, it's just a humble satisfaction, is you can go back and say, do you remember me? And when you told me I couldn't, I did. And not only did I do it, but it may not have been the level of any Iron Dream Team member, or any Iron Dream or IronMan contestant, but I'll match myself against anybody who's been through 21 surgeries, who has artificial hips, an artificial knee, spinal stimulator in their back because of 2 crushed discs. And if you want to compare us then, let's do that.
Yeah.
And usually at that point in time, it's just quiet. The power of a dream is huge. I'm so excited about this next phase with Doug and Cheyenne and their crew. Now I think the journey really begins as we start to help the public be more aware of the incredible services they have and possibly the opportunity to branch out on a much more bigger level and with other companies here in town that need your skill set. They just don't need that. They don't know that yet. Need your products. And so thanks for following us on Facebook Live. You can go to our website, www.irondreamteam.com, to follow this story further. And what are the websites for Bill's Bike and Run and the website for Live Forward?
Well, Bill's Bike and Run is obviously billsbikeandrun.com, and liveforward.net is our new website that is up and running for Live Forward. So all event posts and everything will start happening there. Obviously, you can chase us on social media, Facebook as well.
Awesome. Hey, Doug, thanks, man. It's been an incredible journey for a year, and we're headed forward for the next.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.